In today's episode, you'll learn how to record remote podcast interviews using just your smartphone. Welcome to Podcasting Q&A, where you'll learn the best tips and strategies to launch, grow, and monetize your show. This week's question comes from Krystal.
Hey, it's Krystal here from the Proffitt Podcast, and I have a question about recording long-distance podcasts. So I know that there are many podcast guests that have never been on a podcast before, and the technology totally freaks them out. So what is the best way to record someone using a phone for a podcast interview? I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for your question, Krystal. Now, it's not uncommon to land a guest and their only microphone option is their smartphone. It's best just to keep things simple. So if a phone is all they have to use, let them use that and focus on what they want to say rather than doing something like mail them a microphone or entire podcast studio and teach them how to set it up. So first, we'll share some coaching tips that you can offer to your guests so that they can get the best audio quality possible. And then we're going to go through several recording software options so that you can record phone calls. So tip number 1 is to make sure that they're in a quiet place where they won't be interrupted. So they can go to their spare bedroom, their home office. Even if they have a big walk-in closet, have them go in there. Clothes are really great for muffling background noise. And if you need to lock the door to your spare bedroom, do it. You don't want a kid or a dog running in and just making a lot of noise. Tip number 2 is to use Apple earbuds or something similar. So the microphone on someone's smartphone isn't really that great. So if they can use headphones or Apple earbuds, those microphones are just a little bit better so you can get some better audio quality. Tip number 3 is to make sure that they have a really solid internet connection or cell phone signal. Because the truth is, no matter how good your setup is on your end, or the recording software that you're using, if your guest doesn't have a good internet signal or a cell phone signal and you can't hear them clearly or it gets cut off, it's just going to be really difficult to edit it out. I was doing an interview with a guest who had a really poor Wi-Fi signal and we just kept getting cut off. And it ended up being 6 different audio files and I had to figure out what was what. So make sure that before you start recording that they have a strong Wi-Fi signal. So let's talk about some recording software options that you can use. The first one is Zoom. And what's so great about Zoom is that it provides you a phone number, which you can then give to your guest who can call in for the interview. And on your end, you can have your podcast studio set up however you have it. You can even use your own microphone. And the audio quality for Zoom is actually really good. Better than the other 2 options that we're going to talk about, which is why Zoom is actually our top recommendation for recording phone calls. The second option is Skype. Now, what's so great about Skype is that chances are your guest already knows how to use it or already has downloaded the software. So in that case, have them use their smartphone app to dial in and then you can record the interview that way. And on your end, you can use recording software such as Ecamm Recorder or Audio Hijack to record the interview. The third option is Google Voice. Now, Google Voice is the easiest phone-to-phone option. It's simple. You just have your guest dial into a free Google Voice number. You're probably going to sacrifice audio quality, but if you want something super, super simple, this one is it. All you have to do is to give your guests your free Google Voice number. They call in, you press number 4, the audio records, and then you download it when you're done. So now you know how to get good audio quality from your guests, even if they're using a smartphone and the top 3 recording apps out there. So thanks for sending us your question, Krystal. If you have a question you would like us to answer on future episodes of the podcast, please head to speakpipe.com/Buzzsprout or click on the link in the show notes and record a brief audio message. Podcasting Q&A is available in both video and audio format. If you prefer video, please subscribe to our Buzzsprout YouTube channel. And if you prefer podcasts, you can find Podcasting Q&A in your favorite podcasting app. And don't forget to leave us a review on Podchaser so we know how to make this show even better. That's it for today. Thanks for listening, and as always, keep podcasting.